Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are unboxing and reviewing the iTouch Air 3 smartwatch that I have in this box right here. So today we're going to be going over the features, the setup process, and we're going to be talking about this device and reviewing it. So let's get started. Okay, so as you can see, I have the device right here, and taking it out of the the cardboard box that it came in, you can see that this is the box for the watch itself, and it can open through this magnetic flap here on the side. And here is the watch. So you can see it says iTouch Air 3 on the bottom. We have all the basic features on the side, as well as the highlights, which is sports mode. It has a heart rate monitor, and it can also give you text notification and mail. Okay, so looking at the features that it has here, we have notifications, calorie tracker, 24-hour heart rate, camera remote, so which means that once you connect it to your phone, you can use the watch as a remote to take a photo, a pedometer, connected GPS. It is water protected, IP68 water resistance, which means that it can stay in about 1 meter water or 3.3 feet for up to 60 minutes. We also have a weather app on there. We have a sleep monitor that tells you how long you slept. We have a hygiene assistant which tells you when to wash your hands, extended battery life, and iTouch on their website says that they have about 15 hours of battery life, but that obviously depends on the settings you have on. You have relaxation mode, which is probably just to calm your body down, or like a meditation mode, I would say. Music remote, so you can control your Spotify and other music apps that you use. And it has a motion gesture, so if you pick up your wrist, the watch will turn on like an Apple Watch. Okay, so now let's open this up. And taking off the watch, you can see that connected to this styrofoam plastic bag cut here. And once we take out the strap from this connected point, we can see that it's actually a very smooth strap. So the strap itself is very smooth. It's rubber and it's silicone, so it's very comfortable on your wrist. And you have this sticker at the top that you can peel off, but if you bring this closer, you can see that it says 2,400 steps, 30-degree weather, and 68 blood pressure minute. So that's just like a highlight to see what the home screen would look like. And putting the watch to the side, this here is the charger. So the charger actually connects magnetically to the back of the watch. So you can see that just like this, it's magnetically connected and it won't fall off that easily. So it connects magnetically. And in the rest of the box, there's nothing much else, just the instruction manual, the warranty card, and all of that stuff. Okay, so now let's actually start reviewing the watch and open this up and set this up. Okay, so starting off with the setup process for the watch, you can see here that I have the iTouch Wearables app installed on my phone, and all it asks for is your name, date of birth, and your email and your phone number if necessary, which is optional. But this is a screen where you can actually set up your watch, and here it asks for your gender, which is gonna be used to tell you accurate results. And you can also put in your height. I'm gonna put in my height as 5'9". It got that from the Samsung Health app, so I don't need to change that. Okay, next we have to add your smartwatch. So we're gonna pair the smartwatch. Select next. Okay, let's click yes. Allow it location access. And it turned on my Bluetooth so it can search my watch. So now what we have to do, take the watch itself. I'm gonna peel off the cover. And this is where you can see the watch's screen. You can tap and hold on the watch. That's what they said to do on the instruction manual. Or another thing that we can do really quick. I'm going to use this power bank, and while we are at the setup process, I'm going to take the cable that came with the watch and connect it to the smartwatch so that maybe it can turn on for the first time. So now that we're done with untangling it, connecting here, I'm going to magnetically connect it to the back of the watch. And you have to make sure these pins match up with the watch right here, like that. And once the pins match up, the power bank turned blue, which means it's charging, and the iTouch symbol is also on. So this means that it's gonna have to charge for a while. I'm gonna let it charge, and once it's done charging, that's when I can set up the watch. So here you can see that I got the iTouch Watch Air 3 because it turned on. Just gonna select that, allow it to pair, make it pair, and the watch has been connected. So right now it's charging, so it won't tell you that it's connected. But let me click next on the app, and here it says here's how to connect to your watch. So here you can see your previous records and like all your data from previous days, your personal data right there, your current goal item, so you can set that up to what you want. So you can have steps there and various different things, and that's about it. So here you can put in your heart rate. It tells you how many calories you burned, how much you slept, how much water you drank, how many pounds, like your weight and stuff, and your coffee intake, which is like caffeine and stuff, as well as your blood oxygen monitor. So now we're gonna go ahead and set some goals, and here you can see that we have various different options. I'm going to select about 6,000 steps. For calories, let's do about 700. Distance, 5 miles. Water intake, by default it tells you how much you should be drinking by average every day, so I'm gonna be going with the defaults. Besides for the weight, which I can also do later, and coffee intake, I don't really drink coffee, so I'm gonna leave that blank too. So selecting done at the top, you can see that it has those goals set up, so it will identify when I get those goals. And at the top now, it says 6,000 steps as my daily goal, and the counter would go up as much as I walk outside. So that's it, and now I'm going to show you once the watch is on and the features of the actual watch itself rather than the app. Okay, so now let's start off with the features of the watch itself, and I actually use this for about 2 days now, so I can give you a more detailed explanation on how the watch works, and so I know all the features myself. So starting off with the watch itself, the way to turn it on is by just tapping on the screen, or the other way to turn it on is, once it turns off, is to raise up the screen like that, and as you can see, it turns on the screen. So starting off with the features, the first thing you can do is go down from the top to unlock the status bar and control center. And in the control center, you can see that you have a few options such as Bluetooth, which tells you if your watch is connected to Bluetooth or not. If it's white, it means it is connected to Bluetooth. Power off button, which has some options like power off, restart, and reset. Going back, we also have the sleep monitor thing that is like a shortcut to see how long you slept and how long you were in deep sleep. Next, we also have the battery saver. If it's white, it means it's in battery saver mode. If it's off, that means it's in normal mode and it's using all, like, whatever power it has left. Here you can see the battery percentage. It's at 100 right now because I just charged it. And you can also adjust this brightness by just tapping on the screen multiple times. So this is at the lowest setting, which itself is pretty bright in my opinion. So if you go all the way up, that's pretty bright and it should be great for the outdoors. Here you can also customize your watch faces. This is the one that I actually like the most. It has a lot of detail to it and also tells you a lot of information. Here's the modern watch face, as they call it, and this is more of a basic watch face, and it also tells you the weather, your BPM, and your steps. So as I'm not wearing my watch right now, it isn't showing me the BPM right now. And here, let me go back to the watch face. Here we have this one, and this is actually a custom watch face. And what that means is a custom watch face means you can go through the app, the iTouch wearables app in your phone, and it will customize it based on how you set it to do in the app. Next, we have the settings here. In the settings is where you can also get the power saving, brightness, and the watch face. Okay, next, once I select the watch face, you have this first screen here which shows you the weather, the camera, the messages, and your music. So in music, you can control your music via Bluetooth. So if you're playing something like Spotify, Apple Music, or any of the or Pandora, which are the 3 services that this watch supports, you can play, pause the song, skip tracks, and more. So this needs a Bluetooth phone connected to it with the app installed. Here you have messages. As you can see, I have 3 messages here from my parents. You can get WhatsApp messages, you can get iMessages, you can get whatever messaging software you have installed. Here's the weather app. Once you open it, it tells you the low, the high, and the average temperature outside. You also have the camera remote, and what that is that you can open the camera app on your phone, and you can click this and it will take a picture. So say you wanted to take a family picture, you can set the phone down, set it on a timer, and you can just click this on your watch and it will take a photo. Next, you have the activity. And the activity is where you can find your steps, your calories, and how much you walked. You can also scroll through the 3 different tabs in the activity section. The next tab shows you how much steps you got, how many steps you did per session, how many steps you gained in the last session. And here you can see your average active time. So yesterday I had active time about 1 hour 8 minutes because I was outside most of the time. Today I only have a active time of 35 minutes. We also have the training mode, and here we have 2 separate modes. We have the workout mode and the sports mode. In sports mode, we have basketball, baseball, football, and soccer. And in workout mode, we have running, elliptical, cycling, and hiking. Okay, so next we have clock, and this is pretty straightforward. We have the alarm where you can set alarm. You can customize what times you want for the alarm in the app. You have countdown, which sets like a timer. And let me go back. And it also has a stopwatch, so you can play this, and you can stop it and reset it. Okay, so next we have the sleep, and this is easily accessible through the home screen as well. Next we have the heart rate, and if you were to wear the watch, that's when it will show you the heart rate. Since I'm not wearing it right now, it's not letting me view it much. We have the oxygen meter, so this tells you how much oxygen is in your blood, and I got 98% the last time I did it, which was 4 hours ago. But also you have to wear your watch for this. Relaxation mode, which is basically like a meditation mode. If you see here after I play it, it tells you to take a deep breath, breathe out, breathe in, and everything. So going back, we have settings, which is the same thing as the control center will show you. And lastly, we have the watch faces from settings and power. So power is again, power off, restart, and reset. So that's it for the features of the watch itself. Now I can show you the back of the watch, and the back of the watch is where most of the action behind the scene happens. So here you can see it has the iTouch branding right here. It's kind of hard to see because the plastic is covering it, but it has the iTouch branding right there. This is the sensor that scans your hand, and it's the blood vessels in your hand, and can tell you things like your blood oxygen and your heart rate. Here are the 2 charging connector points where if we were to connect that to the magnetic charger, that's where it would start charging. You can also switch out the band to this watch, and in order to do that, you have to flip this pin down, and you can just pull out the band itself. I'm not going to do that right now because this is the only band I have, and I don't want to change it. But also, you can see now that if you put your hand over it, it senses that there was a person on it and it starts flashing like so. So that is it for the watch itself. I believe it has a lot of athletic features. You cannot reply to text in this watch, which I thought was like a complaint that I had. Also, the watch turns off really quickly. So as you can see, when I was recording, it keeps turning off when I'm trying to talk. And lastly, we can't customize the watch face that much, and you cannot call from this watch. You would have to call from your phone. You can answer calls from your watch, but you need your phone on you anyway. So I wish you could call, and if it was a cellular option in this watch, that would be great. But this is the 40mm iTouch Air 3 watch. I hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.